The music from the summer fair pulsed through the air, mixing with the smell of caramel popcorn and fresh-cut grass. People laughed, lights blinked, and the whole place felt like it was suspended in its own warm universe. But Ethan barely noticed any of it. He was too focused on the girl beside him, Maya, who walked with her hands tucked into the sleeves of an oversized hoodie, smiling at everything and everyone like she'd been waiting all year just to breathe this air. They weren't dating. They weren't even sure what they were. Friends, maybe. Something more, perhaps. Something unspoken, definitely. And then Maya stopped. "Look," she said, pointing toward a small wooden stage where a crowd had gathered. "The couple who kisses the longest wins." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "You think that's romantic?" "I think," she paused, cheeks warming. "I think it's sweet that people try so hard for something they love." He chuckled. "So, do you want to try it?" Maya blinked, stunned. She hadn't expected him to say that. Not Ethan, the guy who overthought everything, the guy who hesitated before every risk, the guy who always stepped back so others could move forward. "Are you serious?" she whispered. "I mean, only if you want to," he said, voice barely above the music. "Not for the prize. Just, for the moment." Maya didn't answer. She just took his hand gently, the way someone holds a fragile object, and led him toward the stage. The competition. They stepped into a line of couples, some holding hands, some laughing, some clearly professionals at winning silly fair games. The announcer explained the rules. No breaks. No pulling away. The longest kiss wins a cash prize and 2 festival passes for next year. Money and tickets didn't matter to Ethan. But to Maya, maybe they did. Ethan didn't know the full story. But he knew enough. Maya worked 2 jobs. Taking care of her little brother. Paying rent since her mom got sick. Saving every dollar until her fingers hurt from counting. She never complained. She never asked for help. She never asked for anything. Except tonight, she wanted to feel normal. She wanted a night where life wasn't heavy. Ethan wanted that for her, too. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1. Their lips met, gentle, hesitant, warm. The crowd cheered. Time slowed. The world softened. But a kiss competition wasn't romantic, it was tiring. It was awkward. It was long. Minutes turned into an hour. Then 2. Maya's legs trembled. Ethan tightened his arms around her to keep her steady. She squeezed his shirt lightly, her silent "thank you." Around them, couples slowly gave up. Some laughed it off. Some argued. Some walked off frustrated. But Maya and Ethan stayed, anchored not by the competition, but by something deeper. They weren't the strongest couple. They weren't the most confident couple. But they were the most determined. The twist. Close to hour 3, Maya suddenly pulled back, just an inch, breaking the kiss. The crowd gasped. Ethan froze. "We're out," she whispered, breath shaky. "Why?" he asked softly. "Are you okay?" She nodded, wiping her eyes. "I'm fine. But look over there." Ethan followed her gaze. A couple stood near the edge of the stage, a man in a wheelchair and a woman holding his face with both hands. They had been struggling for the last few minutes to keep their kiss steady. The man's arms shook from effort, and the woman kept adjusting his chair so he wouldn't slide. "They need the prize more than we do," Maya murmured. "He wants to win for her. You can see it." Ethan's chest tightened. She wasn't jealous. She wasn't competitive. She was compassionate. Even exhausted, she was still thinking of someone else. "That's why you pulled away," he said. She nodded. "Kindness shouldn't lose." His heart swelled with something he couldn't name. Admiration? Love? Both? Maya looked down. I hope they win. Ethan gently took her chin, lifting her face so she met his eyes. They will, he said. Because you just made sure of it. The winners. The crowd erupted in applause when the couple in the wheelchair won the competition. Tears ran down the woman's face as she kissed her partner's forehead. The announcer held their hands up like champions. But then something unexpected happened. The woman looked at Maya and Ethan, standing off stage, still holding hands, and walked over. You two were amazing, she said. Why did you stop? You could have won. Maya smiled. You deserved it more. The woman's eyes softened. People don't do things like that anymore. Ethan squeezed Maya's hand. She does. The couple insisted on giving them half the prize money. They refused. The couple insisted again. Finally, Maya accepted, crying quietly, not because of the money, but because kindness had come back to her in a way she never expected. The emotional climax. Later that night, as the fair lights dimmed and the crowds thinned, Ethan and Maya sat on the hood of his old car, listening to fireworks crackle in the sky. You didn't have to do that, Ethan said. Yes, she whispered, I did. Life is hard enough. People need reasons to smile. He turned to her slowly. Can I ask you something? She looked at him, waiting. That kiss, he said quietly. Was any of it real? Or was it just for the competition? Maya bit her lip. It was real. Every second of it. Ethan's voice softened. Then maybe we should try it again, without a timer this time. She laughed, leaning her head on his shoulder. Yeah, she whispered, I think we should. Ending message. And so, in a small-town summer fair under strings of glowing lights, two almost strangers discovered that kindness isn't weakness. It's the purest kind of strength. They learned that love doesn't always start with certainty. Sometimes it begins with a simple gesture. A shared moment. A choice to be gentle in a world that's often harsh. And above all, they learned this. When you lead with kindness, love eventually finds its way to you. In ways sweeter and longer lasting than any competition.